Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Kentucky State Police troopers hold a tasty event to remind folks here in the region to wear their seatbelts. And groups of employees at one Eastern Kentucky school system rally for their rights to a raise.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
On the day that Brandon Robinson calls Monday 2.0, it's Tuesday. Welcome in on May 24th to Mountain News this morning. My name is Jim Freeman. The time is coming up on 6:30, and Brandon Robinson, more 50s, more fog. That's the order of the morning this morning, right?
Yeah, here's the thing, Jim. You know, you would think this would be like, February, March. It's late May, and we're still seeing these 50s and unseasonably cool temperatures this morning. And as you mentioned, a lot of fog, too. Let's go to Buffalo Mountain, and you can see some of that fog on our camera up there. It is dense, so be careful. You're going to run into that. Higher elevations, lower elevations across the region this morning, and it could hit quick. So, again, just take it easy out there. Temperatures in the 50s area-wide, 55 Irvin, Jackson, Hazard. Somerset is at 57, along with Manchester, 55 Williamsburg, 55 Pikeville, Logan, 56 Wayne, and then over toward Prestonsburg, Harlan 2, 59 in Jacksboro, some 54s in Moorhead, Clintwood, and Wise are cool spots this morning. 56, give or take a degree or two this morning, 75 this afternoon. Chances for rain return late tonight as we drop into the 60s for overnight lows. Jim?
Thank you, Brandon. We're still working to find out how Sheriff of Jessamine County died. Crews responded to Sheriff Kevin Corman's home on Sunday after a family member found him dead inside. No foul play is suspected. KSP troopers say Corman's body is being taken to Frankfort for an autopsy. Corman was described as a man who cared about both his family and community.
His wife, Tammy, she was actually joining in and chiming in with us as we were speaking. And, it was about moving forward with family and all that, But Sheriff Corman had two families. He had his family and he had our family, our law enforcement family. And we're truly going to miss him.
The Jessamine County Judge Executive has appointed a new sheriff. He appointed Lieutenant Anthony Purcell to the position. Governor Andy Beshear tweeted his reaction to the sudden death of Sheriff Kevin Corman yesterday morning, saying, quote, "Brittany and I extend our deepest condolences to the family and loved ones of Sheriff Kevin Corman, as well as the entire community of Jessamine County, which he served with pride." Sheriff Corman was a friend, and we're grateful for his commitment to the people of Kentucky. We mourn his loss, end quote. A Clay County woman faces up to 40 years in prison for the murder of her baby boy. Amber Bowling pleaded guilty to murder Monday morning. In December 2018, police say Bowling put the baby in a garbage bag and threw the bag over a banister. The newborn suffered fractured ribs and brain bleeding. Bowling is scheduled to be sentenced in June. We have an update involving a boyfriend attacking his girlfriend with a machete. Williamsburg police confirmed that the woman involved in that attack spent several hours in surgery at UK Hospital and is listed as stable. The victim's uncle says he called police Saturday night when 31-year-old Daryl Earls and the victim were fighting. Earls left and came back with a machete. He's in jail on a $250,000 cash bond. In Laurel County, a man has been charged with assault. Deputies say 56-year-old Bailey Smith struck a woman in the face Monday morning. They say it happened after an argument over a car. Smith was booked into the Laurel County Detention Center. A happy ending for a family that went through a horrific scare. A 3-year-old girl was found lifeless in a backyard swimming pool just a couple of weeks ago. Andrew Colgrove has the story of that child's emotional homecoming and the family's thanks to those who made it possible.
It is so scary how quickly things can just go wrong.
This family swimming pool in Louisa came close to becoming the setting of a tragedy.
It was awful. I mean, we thought she was gone.
Mother of 3, Heather Frazier, says on the evening of May 10th, she and her husband had been outside at different points with their 3-year-old daughter, Etta Jane. The mother says she was finishing getting dinner ready when she went outside and saw her daughter lying in their pool face up, motionless.
Wasn't breathing.
Heather says she jumped in the water and pulled Etta out.
My husband, being a physician, he was able to start CPR immediately.
They called 911. The Louisa Fire Chief, Eddie Preston, was among the first to respond. He also performed CPR.
With a child that small, it is very hard to keep your composure. But we maintained.
They told us then when she was in the ambulance that she had a heartbeat.
The girl was taken to Cabell Huntington Hospital. Nearly 2 weeks later, she was finally able to come home. The fire department that helped save her life provided her with a special homecoming.
This was a great moment for us to bring this child home. We've been waiting for this ever since she left.
It means so much. We can't express how thankful we are for everything that everybody's done. To see how she was when we pulled her out of the water versus what she is now, it's just a miracle.
Grateful beyond measure after what happened to be able to shed tears of joy. Andrew Colgrove, WSAZ News Channel 3, Louisa.
And the first thing Etta wanted to do when she got home was put on her PJ Masks costume. Local, state, and federal leaders, along with Volunteers for America officials, gathered in Manchester yesterday to unveil the One Clay County initiative. This project aims to revitalize downtown Manchester, attracting new businesses and creating new jobs. During this announcement, officials also revealed that the EKU Manchester campus will be offering an associate's degree in nursing beginning next year, hoping to help combat the nursing shortage and offer more opportunities in the region.
Everything here today was really big. I've used huge 2 or 3 times. It's really big, but when you think we're 8,000 nurses short and we can educate our own right here in Manchester for this town and the region, that's significant. That's really significant in doing what we need to do in healthcare.
Those at the unveiling announced that they will begin the nursing program with 20 students at the EKU Manchester facility. Kentucky State Police held a seatbelt awareness event yesterday at the Hazard Bypass McDonald's. Police gave out a coupon to customers who drove in wearing a seatbelt. The event was part of the Click It or Ticket campaign, which started yesterday in Perry County. Officials say this is not a campaign to give you a ticket, but to save lives. Troopers say that Perry County had the highest unbelted deaths per capita in the state.
We always try to break the blue, and this is something that's very important. You know, we got people out here driving without seatbelts and stuff going on. People get killed every day with this. I mean, it's just as simple as that.
Employee groups for the many different non-teaching professionals at Floyd County Schools rallied ahead of Monday's school board meeting. At the Floyd County Schools Board of Education office, around 80 employees braved the rain to show support for the across-the-board pay increases. Kentucky Education Association representatives for school employees say the district has more revenue now than in 2019-2020, and employees believe they should receive a portion of that revenue in raises. Local KEA officials add that improved pay would compensate for increased workload after people left during the pandemic.
If we can't find subs or people to fill in those positions, we'll have to split classes, combine classes together. Bus drivers are having to do extra runs. So it's just a lot more work on everybody because of the situation right now.
KEA officials say their starting request is a $3,000 raise per employee. Ryan Seacrest said it best, Noah Thompson is your American Idol, and the Lawrence County man is beginning the journey of a lifetime with a community full of people cheering him on. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more from Louisa, where people say his win has given them permission to dream.
From the streets of his hometown to the stage lights in Hollywood.
But I don't think he realized what it could be, because even like a month ago, he asked my husband, well, I still have my job when I come back. And he's like, you're not coming back.
The winner of American Idol 2022.
Coming from a small town, coming from a humble beginning to now, the world knows him.
Those who have been by his side since the beginning say if anyone could build the life they always deserved, it is
Noah Thompson.
The rest is history.
The Carpenter Gone Country singer celebrated his American Idol win Sunday night, with groups of supporters cheering from afar.
The whole room was such an explosion of joy and pride for one of our own who achieved a dream. It was like we all were there, even though we weren't.
While others held their breath in the audience.
Seeing him actually believe that he can do it and do it has been the best part for me.
Each one feeling like they were part of something special. Something that goes far past the Hollywood sign.
So many times people in our area grow up and they truly don't believe that they can do things. And he has not only changed generations for himself, but he's changed generations of dreamers. People are dreaming again because of Noah Thompson.
Saying if you want proof that dreams come true, Well, they know a man. In Lawrence County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The Idols hometown fan club says this is just the beginning of great things to come for Noah Thompson, and his win is a win for everyone who lives he has touched and all the people he will impact during his journey. Governor Andy Beshear posted his reaction on social media saying, quote, "Congratulations to Noah Thompson on being the first Kentuckian to win American Idol. Team Kentucky is so proud of what you have accomplished and how well you represented the Commonwealth on the national stage," end quote. Another Eastern Kentucky country star, Tyler Childers, made a surprise appearance at a music festival Friday night. The Lawrence County native and his band, the Food Stamps, performed at the second annual Fallsburg Summer Stage in Louisa. They were not part of the original lineup, though. The bluegrass and roots group Town Mountain was supposed to perform, but had to cancel due to COVID.
It is about 6:40 this morning, and it's Louisa news this morning. We've been having quite a few stories, some good stories out of Louisa this morning. And unfortunately, we have it censored from them, but we got Wayne just up the road at 56 rather. Prestonsburg to the west there at 56 and Pikeville to the south there at 55. Our Williamson sensor is out this morning. Some 50s across the region, and we're going to continue to see that as we head through the first part of your day. Temperatures have not moved a degree in most locations, and in some spots they're up to 6 or 7 degrees colder this morning than they were just 24 hours ago. The further north you get, actually the warmer it is, only 2 degrees colder in some spots up toward Moorhead and Ashland. Your breakfast forecast today going to stay pretty consistent through mid-morning there as we see the clouds linger and the fog as well. Keeps us in the 50s all the way through about lunchtime before we get into the 60s and eventually the 70s a little bit later on. Jim?
Thanks, Brandon, and thanks for joining us. The time is 6:41. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. The number of cases of COVID-19 continue to increase here in the U.S., including among children. That's next.